Hello and welcome to How to Earn $1,000 a Month by Swing Trading Crypto. In this video we're going to talk about Ethereum, or ticker symbol ETH. So go ahead and smash the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. If you're already subscribed to the channel, welcome back. Nothing in this video is financial advice. Please do your own research. I'm simply sharing my experience and my path with you. Only invest in what you can stand to lose or are stuck holding for a long period of time. And also beware of the spam in the comments. Two types of spam you'll see is someone asking for instructions to move crypto from their wallet to an exchange. They'll provide their seed key. That's something you should never do. Provide your private seed key. It's like giving someone the combination to your safe and telling them where it's at. And basically they have full access to it. So you never do that. But please don't dip into those comments, or don't follow those, because it's a scam. Also, the other one is someone's going to have a conversation about I'm new to crypto, I'm a newbie or whatever, and I need some help, and somebody's going to say how difficult it is, and then eventually they're going to tell you somebody's Telegram or WhatsApp handle to go to and get scammed. So basically, this person helped me, they can help you, they help you too. Oh girl, that was great, they helped me, I'm so thankful. Now you go there and get scammed. So just know that these two types of spam, they're not affiliated with the channel. You will see them in some of the comments, so please ignore. And now with this video, we're going to talk about Ethereum. We're going to talk about the all-time high. We're going to look at the price for Ethereum from June 15th to July 4th, which is the recording of this video. Right? And we're going to look at some opportunities, trade opportunities, the best percentages that they had, the best rates of return for that small time period. Then after that, we're going to look at the tokenomics of ETH and kind of see, where ETH stands compared to other tokens, other cryptos, and what to look out for. All right. So once again, if you have bought, sold, or traded ETH, or even when ETH was proof of work minded, as now it's proof of stake, or even have ETH staking or anywhere affiliated with ETH, or even considering looking into more information about ETH, go ahead and put a hashtag ETH in the comments. So let's go on to see how high did ETH ever, what's the all-time high for ETH? How high did it go? So the all-time high for ETH was November 10th, 2021, and it reached $4,878.26. So it's always good to know the all-time highs of a coin, so you can at least see that its potential. But also understand, you have to know what was the scenario behind that. Was it somebody scamming, or was it the people that invested in it, or that built the crypto itself, built the blockchain or whatever, initial investors, did they dump, was that right before a dump? So, because if that's so, it could have went higher, but if it's back up to that level and that happened, you're like, okay, what's going to stop it now? But if it was like a scam in the beginning and whatever, it never recovered and it dropped significantly, then it's not that big of a deal what the all-time high was. But for most part, knowing that, you can kind of see that, okay, well, it's down now, all the crypto's down now, and be, okay, well, it's a good time to invest, because if it gets close to the all-time high, this is what I can potential to earn, or even more. So now let's go ahead and look at how it performed during from June 15th to July 4th, 19 days, that is. So the highest price it hit was at $26,741.94. That's here, the peak. And the lowest price, of course, is here at $2,177.47. So let's look at the trade opportunities here. So our first one came around the 16th, and it looks like one day, late on the 17th, it was 6.4%. All right, so that's one day. So you got, so if you do, so how many days are in a year? So this is not a good return rate, but we've seen better. But this one day, let's take it in perspective. So how many days in a year? 6.4. Let's go 365. So let's times that by 365. Now you're not going to get this every day, as you see that you're not getting this every day. But if it was, this is the actual rate that you got to look at, $2,336. So if you were to get this every day, this is what you would get. Let's go one step further. Let's write that down so I remember the number. Let's say you invested $5,000 and 0.064. This will be your profit, $320. And if you got that every day and you times that by 365, it's $116,000 profit. But of course, you're not getting that every day. Just making sure. So don't look at this as APR and annual percentage rate. It's a lot higher because it's one day. If it was 300, if it took you a year to get this, and no big deal. You still get better than any savings account, better than most CD or any CDs. Maybe the stock market, you'll find some better returns. But in one day, that's beasting. All right. Even though now, if you're like this, if you're doing, let's go 10 million times 0.064, like the institutions do, $640, 640,000 a day. That's how you make money. All right, so just be aware of that. All right, so next we have another little dip here. This one took a little longer. It looks like the 17th to the 21st, 4 days. We only got 3.5% return. So imagine if you missed this high and you waited again. You're waiting, all the way 30. No big deal. It's just set 19 days. But this is what you got to look out for. And same thing, if you bought here and didn't catch this, you would miss this dip. This is most important. Getting the dips is where you want to be. Even if you're like, okay, I didn't catch the very, very bottom, I'm somewhere in here. Or even, oh man, I think I missed it. Well, I'm going to catch this one then. Somewhere in here, still did good, but you won't get the whole 12.8%. So just like I mentioned in this one, 12.8% is exactly double 6.4%. So that means your return that I showed you in those examples would be double. So if you're an institution and you're buying dips, this is what makes the price fluctuate. So those $10 million investors, they're making that 640,000, and here you're making 640 times 2, that's 1.28 million off of this one. So of course, they wouldn't even get it at the very top or very bottom either, and even this 6.4 right here still be lucrative. All right, if they got halfway to the bottom and halfway to the top, it's still a good deal for $10 million. And that's what one of the challenges of swing trading is that you're dealing with the big boys. So 12.8% of, for instance, let's say you're like, hey, I only got $500 I can do right now, and I'm like 0.128, 12.8%. You're making $64, right? But you get your $10 million folks. They're making that's 1.28 million, right? So that's who you're competing against. So that's what makes it easier for you to swing trade if you have that type of money, or if you're a big company or banks and things like that. People who are entities that have that type of money. It's mostly not individuals, but we call them whales in crypto. So we're just little fish, little guppies. These are the whales, so they could do that, and that's significant. And that is what 22nd through the 27th, 5 days. Make 1.28 million in 5 days. And up here, we had some more dips and it rises up here. This is like, no big deal. This might be a decent one to look at. This might have been better than 3.5% here to here, or even here. So that might be 4%. Eyeball it. But the next biggest chance we had was 8.7%. That landed somewhere between these two, 6.4 and 12.8. So you got 1, 2, 3 legitimate trading opportunities over 19 days. So no one's going to complain. And even if you were making 100, 120, let's look at this again. So 5,000. See if actually let's keep it. Say 2,500. So you're a decent amount. Times 0.128, $320, so that means $160, $480, about half of that, $80, $560, and 240, 560. That's about $800 you would have made in 19 days swing trading. But the nip side is that $800 would add on if you're working full-time, part-time, or have other income, or you're swing trading other things, dealing with Ethereum, the $800 you would have made off that 2,500 buying and selling over and over, you would have, it's taxable. So it bump up your average, your other income, if you have other income, in 20 days, $800, 19 days, $800 would bump that up. So you would pay taxes based on that because it's called short-term capital gains. So it's basically like having a job and getting paid. So you would pay that income tax at that rate. All right. So just keep that in mind. And like I said, I don't swing trade yet because of that reason. I have a full-time job and I don't want to increase my income, so I do long-term investing. All right. So let's look at these tokenomics of ETH. So first, the current price at the recording of this video is at $2,549.39, and from the last 7 days, it said it's up 4.8%. All right. So notice here the Ethereum, it is number 2, and here usually they do it by market cap. It says ETH price, but that's for this. But number 2 is for market cap. So if you looked at the Bitcoin video, you realize Bitcoin was at 2 trillion. This is at 307.7 billion. So it's still a large cap. All right, 307.7 billion. And then so it's like Bitcoin is like 2 trillion. And it looks like 7-8 times higher market cap. All right, so that's the gap between 1 and 2. So you can kind of tell by the price as well. All right, so fully diluted valuation is basically what it's worth altogether. 24-hour trade volume, we got 15.8 billion. And if the trade volume goes up too, other little things cause the price to go up, whether it's burns, just familiarity fees from that. So it increases the value with the amount of volume can increase the price as well. Circulating supply and total supply. This is basically how much is there. And here, this looks good until you get to this last line, because it's like, hey, there's no more Ethereum going to be made, so that all of it's in circulation. So they can't dilute the price. But then you look down here at max supply and you see the infinity symbol, means that there's an agreement that at any time they can add more. Now they won't, like, that would be a bad move, but with greed coming in, like, anything can happen. So if you're all in on Ethereum, and they decide that, hey, we're gonna dump this much more into the market, and half of that we're gonna pay our whatever, so they'll get the money from half, and the other one can go in escrow or whatever, or they can just straight sell them. And so this price will cut drastically because you have no more available. This is the availability. This is the demand. The supply is here. If you double the supply, you can at least cut the price in half instantly, right? And it would be more of an effect because of the price drop. People would sell off too, so it would have another effect other than just those numbers being exactly the same. We double the supply, and then we half the price. Because the demand is going to go down, but then also that fear is going to kick in, and people are going to run away from it. Institutions are going to run away from it, because guess what? If you bought those up and held on to them again, they can do the same thing the next day. So that's they haven't did anything, and it's most of the time they won't do that. But hey, you've seen how businesses work, and you've seen how it goes, so be aware of that that infinite sign. All right. So other than that, ETH. That's all we have on ETH today. So if you liked this video or found it useful, go ahead and smash the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Remember, when you subscribe to the channel, you're notified when new material is posted. If you're interested in ETH at any level, bought, sold, trade, will buy, sell, trade, or even do more research, go ahead and click that rectangle in the middle of your screen. And if you want to see what else this channel offers, actually, if you want to see more videos on other cryptos being broken down like this, go ahead and click the rectangle in the middle of the screen. If you want to see other videos from this channel with other subject matters, click the circle in the bottom right. All right. So thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you on the next one.